Alright guys, I haven't done an update for a bit, but I'm back in Lamata at the minute. Got a bit of a slip disc, to be honest. I've been working in the UK and coming backwards and forwards. One of the things I will say in Lamata, if you've used Food Line, which isn't the best name for a company as a restaurant, it's got new owners in it. If you don't know where it is, it's just along the beach next to where the jetty is. But the food in there is very, very good. Reasonably priced. I've had a few good nights there, and I just thought I'd bring that up because if you haven't tried it, it is worth a visit. Since the market's moved, the end of town we're at is a lot quieter, which is nice from the point of living there, but obviously it's affected a few of the businesses. I know the sports shop, they used to sell trainers and all that sort of stuff, is actually, well, sorry, the shoe shop is actually closed down, but somebody already is moving in there. My wife's spoken to the guy in there, and he wasn't that fussed anyway. He said he's got his pension, and I think it was more a case of just potted around, but with the market moving to this end, he ain't getting the customers on a Wednesday, so he's basically retired. I've got to admit, I'm a supporter of small business, because I do think people forget that a lot of people that run these businesses may not be viable for paying somebody, say, a minimum wage, but a lot of people are quite happy and just potter around making their own income. Per hour it's not really worth it, but on a weekly basis they do earn a reasonable income. But also it's where you get all your artisans and your people with actually skills beyond a name badge going, I'm an expert. It's a bit of a jab at Apple, but the point being is that I do like the fact that we do have like local business associations and stuff in the area which promote these small butchers and everybody else, which is a good thing. What else has been happening? Not a lot. I mean, my father passed away, which I don't think I've updated on this channel, and that's threw some complications into life. But I'm hopefully starting to see the back end of that now, and we're starting to come into some normality. In fact, there it is. There's the shop there. In fact, this shoe shop is now the sports shop, and the sports shop must be somewhere else. It's moved along, so I'll have to have a look at what that is now. The weather hasn't been too bad either, and one of the other things I do want to say is moving here, the electric bill is a lot lower. It's about half of what it was at that last house, which is another point when looking at buying a place, is looking at the insulation and things, because one of the things you get here is air conditioning can up quite a large bill, depending on the building itself. The one here is pretty good, so it's about €100 a month in this sort of weather where it's quite cold and we're having it on regularly. But the last house it was near 200 a month, which is excessive for the size of the house, but poor insulation. Sorry, that's unfair. No insulation, poor construction. That's right. Poor construction, and just wasn't well thought out. It was just sort of like everything done on the cheap, and as such, the long term of that ended up costing more money. You know, if you built it right in the first place, you'd actually ended up with a saving rather than an expense. But we live and learn. Still trying to work up my head around how to make more money in Spain. I'm thinking of getting a little van here, maybe like Bilingo size, or the new is it the new Corsa? Vauxhall's got van of the year with a new one, because I can get aircon in there, and that'd be ideal for pottering around and doing small jobs. You know, like somebody says, can you put together this, or can you get this from IKEA for us, and all this sort of stuff. Because to be honest, I'm looking for an easier life. I'm not interested in big money anymore. I'm interested in just getting to that point where life is just chilled out and just going through the motions, spending time with the kids, Like today, I just took Ubi for his maths tuition. He does tuition twice a week, €6 an hour. You won't get that in the UK. And that's the thing I do like about this area. There's a lot of people that will do a lot of stuff fairly cheap. You know, there's a lot of people who teach you Russian, Ukrainian, Spanish, French, whatever, because the economy allows it to happen. You know, at the end of the day, I find in the UK a lot of stuff's just too expensive, and I don't think it's encouraged enough that people do more tutoring and stuff, or get private lessons and stuff. Everything's a cash cow. But I do like the environment we have here. We've got a lot of people that are in the 60+ bracket that have time, and often quite happy looking to just earn a little bit of extra money, and they do have language abilities, they do have stuff that can help other people. The guy that's teaching my son, by the way, he's quite young. I'd say probably 30s, but at the same time, he does surfing, he does what do you call it, spear fishing, and this is just a bit of income for him, because he also works somewhere else. He's got more than one job, but the point being is he's got quite a nice little life here in Spain. I'm looking for a similar sort of setup. I talked to Igor about a little fishing boat earlier as well, to get one for the beach, so that we can just go out, take it off the beach and go fishing, which would be nice. You know, going out on the afternoon, get a fisherman's catch, because even the fish you buy, the catch, some that you can sell to the restaurants, because they'll buy them off you. I remember as a kid in Worcester, well, not Worcester, where were we, up in Scotland, the Chinese restaurants used to buy the eels that we used to catch, because we didn't like eels anyway, but they would buy them. They'd pay I think it was about £3 for an eel or something stupid. I can't remember now, long time ago. But there's always money to be made somewhere. I'm not saying that'll be a full-time profession, because it's just that I'm looking forward to doing a bit of fishing. I'm just trying to generate enough income to be here full-time again, which takes time. My website went down, but I think I've fixed one of the major errors on it, so I'm hoping to start seeing some traffic feed through it again. And once that starts happening, I'll be a happy bunny, because that's cost me about €500 a month at the minute, which isn't a lot, but when you take into consideration that's our entire rent budget, you get a few little businesses like that going, it ain't hard to live here full time. And that's one of the things I do want to stress, is that my life in Spain is about living here. It's about life. It's about enjoying life. It's about having the time to go and do the stuff that you want to do, not working full time and then thinking when I retire I'm going to do that. I hate all that. I want out of it. I want the ability to go and do photography over at the nature park, all the wildlife, all the birds, all that sort of stuff. Spend time with the kids on the beach, taking them places, and just enjoying life. I find in the UK that is extremely difficult these days. I also find that here in Spain my cost of living is about half of what it would be in the UK. So yeah, but I just thought I'd do a little bit of an update. There will be more videos to come. Weather's still a little bit overcast, so I can't really do much, but at the same time, keep an eye on the channel. Thanks for watching.